Hello kids, this is English Language Primary 5, third midterm work of your Nelson Grammar Pupil Book 5, Unit 21, Verbs. Objectives of Unit number 21, Verbs. At the end of this lesson, I believe that all of you will be able to describe what are prefixes, identify the prefix in a word, understand how prefixes can change the meaning of the stem word, and learn how different prefixes added to the same verb can change the meaning of the verb. Okay, now let's move on to the lesson. It's all about prefixes. Maybe sometimes you have learnt about this word before. Anyway, I shall explain you the meaning of the word prefix in detail in this lesson. What is called a prefix? A prefix is a letter or group of letters added to the beginning of a word to form a new word. A prefix is a letter or group of letters added to the beginning of a word to form a new word. Now, the meaning of the new word is almost always different from the original word. Mostly, prefixes are used to form opposites or antonyms of certain words. Now here, look at the word which I have highlighted in blue. Beginning. Remember, prefixes are added to the beginning of a word. Now here I have given you some examples. You should note that I have added some letters to the beginning of each of these words to form a new word. Agree, disagree, behave, misbehave, do, redo, trust, distrust, correct, incorrect. Now look at the words which I have highlighted. Dis, miss, re, dis and in. These are prefixes and they are used at the beginning of the words to form a new word, which is mostly the antonym of the given word. Now for an example, look at the first word. The first given word is agree. The word formed by adding the prefix is disagree, which means having expressed a different opinion. In this way, almost all the words will give out a different meaning after adding a prefix to the word. And at the same time, I should remind you about another parallel term that you have learned in your grammar textbook unit number 10. That is suffix. Now remember, suffixes are a letter or group of letters added to the end of a word to form a new word. And here you learn about prefixes. Prefixes are a letter or group of letters added to the beginning of a word to form a new word. Right. Now I hope that you all got a clear idea about the term prefix. Okay. In this slide, I have shown you some very frequently used prefixes in English. Just have a look at those words. Okay, moving on. Now you can see some examples I have given here with the use of the above mentioned prefixes. Un, dis, re and pre. Under un, I have given you 4 examples: uncover, untie, unlock and unable. Under dis, dislike, disregard, distrust and discourage. Under re, redo, repay, resell and rewrite. And under the prefix pre, preschool, prepaid, prehistoric and preview. Now here, while you are going through this set of words, I advise you to try on more words with these prefixes. Alright, now I want all of you to turn to page number 46 in your grammar textbook and to have a look at the examples given there with the use of prefixes. Okay, I hope you all had a clear idea about prefixes. Before moving on to the activities given in your textbook, I want all of you to engage in these simple prefix activities I have given here. Take a few minutes of your time and try to find the answers on your own. But before moving on to the next slide. Okay, here we go. I hope that you all did the activities given in the previous slide, and now go through this slide and have a self-assessment of your work. The first question in the previous slide was to write which word is being described. To hit before, to not like, to write again, to use again and to pay before. If you want to heat something before, we can simply say we preheat that. And if you don't like something, you say you dislike. If you have to write something again, you rewrite. If you have to use something again, you reuse. And if you have to pay before, you prepay. So these are the words I have created with the use of prefixes. And now the next question is add a prefix to the base word to create a new word. Given prefixes are pre, re, un and dis. And the given base words are play, paid, appear, agree and log. Now here I have given you the used prefixes in yellow color and I have created 5 new words: replay, prepaid, disappear, disagree and unlock. Okay, moving on to the activities given in the textbook. First we have focus on page number 46. The question is copy the verbs and underline the prefix. There are 12 words and I have given you 5 words here. Disbelieve, misjudged, overcome, restart and co-write. Now here you have to separate the prefix from the base word. I have underlined all the prefixes here. Dis, miss, over, re and co. According to this, you can try out doing the other questions given in focus on page number 46. Okay, now let's move on to practice on page number 47. The question is choose the correct prefix from the box to solve the clues. Given prefixes are out, miss, re, under, dis and over. Clues are: if you do not do as you are told, we say you disobey. If you give the main ideas of a plan, you outline the plan. If you ask too little money for something, you undercharge for it. And fourth one, if you drive faster than another car, you overtake. If you give someone incorrect information, you misinform them. And the last one, if you begin again, you restart. Alright, now let's move on to the last session of this lesson, extension on page number 47, which is all about adding a different prefix to the same verb to change the meaning of the verb to make variety of new words. The example given in this lesson is charge, and using different prefixes they have created 3 different words with different meanings. Now let's have a look at those words. First one, recharge, which means to charge again. Undercharge, which means to charge too little. And finally, overcharge, that is to charge too much. Now here you can understand that different prefixes added to the same word can give us different meanings of the verb. Okay, now let's begin the activity extension A. The question is, each of these verbs can take 2 prefixes. Write each new verb and use each new verb in a sentence of your own. There are 6 words given. The first word is to appear, and here we can use 2 different prefixes to make 2 different words. Reappear, disappear, and the used prefixes are re and dis. Right. Second word, to place, replace, misplace. To rate, overrate, underrate. To pay, overpay, underpay. To cover, recover and discover. And finally, to do, redo and outdo. Here I have used different prefixes to form new verbs. Now you have to use each of these words in a sentence of your own. Alright, now let's move on to the last activity of unit number 21, verbs, extension B. The question is, what do these co-verbs mean? Use each in a sentence of your own. There are 6 words given with the prefix co, and you have to refer to a dictionary to find the meaning of each word. Right. Now let's look at the meaning of each and every word given in this list. First word, cooperate. Work with others to achieve something. Co-author, to write a novel or a play with one or more other writers. Co-host, hold a party or an event with one or more other people. Co-pilot, to fly a plane with one another qualified person. Coordinate, organize an event with one or more other people. And finally, coexist, which means to live in the same place as others. And now you have to use each of these words in a sentence of your own. Now look at the example. I have given you 2 sentences made with the words co-author and coordinate. Now you have to try to make sentences using the other words given in the list. And now it's unit number 21, verbs, coming to an end. Hope you all had an enjoyable time learning this lesson. Thank you very much.